Hello and welcome back. I cannot believe it's been basically 2 months being back on a deficit, and it's time to change up some things. So like I mentioned last week, this week and going forward, I am making a few adjustments to help me continue to lose this last little bit of weight. I will show you how to adjust your calories and how to make adjustments when you hit that plateau. Sometimes it's a real plateau and sometimes it's not. We'll talk about all of that. So let's talk about what I'm going to adjust. Well, first off, it is weigh-in Wednesday, and I did weigh in, and I'm the same weight. I think I may be down 0.1 or up 0.1. Like either way, it's like basically no change has happened. The last couple weeks have been like that, where there's not a lot of change going on. And because I am so close to what, my set point weight will be, for lack of a better term, I don't, I'm not expecting to lose a lot each week, but after a couple weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, kind of being where like not much is going on, it's definitely time for me to adjust some things. So what I'm going to do going forward is I'm just going to take about 50 to 75 calories off of my daily caloric intake. That's really all you need. I know sometimes you'll get scared and you're like, oh, I should just cut back a couple hundred calories. And before you know it, you're down to 1,000 calories a day. And nobody should be eating 1,000 calories a day. I don't even think someone who's like 4'5" should be eating 1,000 calories. Like very few people should be eating anything under 1,400 as like minimum. And that's really only if you're like very petite. So do not be doing that. Just a little bit. You'll be surprised that just a little bit taken off will make a huge difference. And it has been a little bit colder here, and so I'm not getting my daily walks in. So I think that's also part of it, to where my energy expenditure just isn't as much. So I'm going to try to just make sure, if I can't get my daily 20-minute walk in, that maybe I'll just, add in some cardio on my elliptical machine, or I'll just maybe be more, deliberate about making sure I get my walks in. Like it got dark one day before I was able to do it, and then I was like, oh, I can't go now because it's dark. And for me, like that is an issue because I have an eyesight condition, so like I would not be able to see very well. Like walking in the dark would not be safe for me. So, but basically, when you come to a point when you are feeling like you have plateaued, which sometimes it's a real plateau and sometimes it's not. Sometimes, like you've seen over the last, couple months, that my weight has went up and down, but overall I've had a trend of weight loss. So I haven't really hit a plateau until about now. And I think now my body's like, yeah, it's been, 8 weeks. You got to switch something up. You have lost a few pounds now, so your caloric needs are low. And if you want to stay in that deficit, you want to go a little bit lower, or you want to bump up the exercise. But for me, I already work out, at the gym 3 days a week, plus I'll do bar once or twice a week, add in some other exercises, and then walking every day and long walks on Sunday. So my exercise is already pretty much up there, and I'm not someone who's like, I gotta kill myself, and I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to drink this week, and I'm not going to have candy this week, I'm not going to do that this week. Just simply going to have just a fewer, less calories. That's what works good for me. Once I'm done with this like 12-week period, then I'm going to switch to more of an intuitive eating and just try to maintain the weight, and even possibly see if I can tone up some things without really focusing on the scale so much. But again, I've already lost over 60 pounds. So for me, this is just for like where I'm at in my journey. So I'm really curious, like, where are you in your journey? Like, let me know where you are, and I would love to give you some suggestions on how you can adjust what's going on to help you get out of that plateau, or to just really even start. Like maybe you haven't even really started because you're not sure where to start. Like let me know where you're at, and I would love to help you. Definitely do not go on a 1,200 calorie diet. Like I said, no one needs to be eating that few calories. It's not going to be good for your metabolism, your hormones, your mood. It's not going to be good, and it's not going to get you the weight loss results that you want. So first and foremost, I will tell you, if you're just starting out counting calories, you need to figure out what your maintenance calories are based on you, like your age, your gender, and all of that, and your activity level. Now, honestly, there's a lot more to a weight loss plan than just that, but it's a great place to start. So I will leave a link in the description box to a calculator that I like to use that I feel is pretty accurate, and as long as you're honest about everything in there, then it'll be able to give you a good result. So you basically just want to see what your maintenance calories are. Say they tell you it's 2,000 is your maintenance calories. They have a list of other things, like if you want to lose this much weight per week, this is how much you should aim to eat. But I really ignore that because I don't want you to say, well, I want to lose 2 pounds a week, so then I'm going to go on a 1,200 calorie diet or 900 calorie diets. I've seen some that show up that's like 957. I'm like, no one needs to be eating that much. Like, listen, you did not gain weight overnight. Why should you be losing it overnight? You know, it took some time to gain it, so it's going to take a little bit of time to lose it if you actually want to lose it for good. So, first and foremost, do not go on a low calorie diet. Get your maintenance calories and then just take off like 15% to start with. That's really a good baseline. Start with that. Go to a range, you know, so you can go anywhere from like 10 to 20% or whatever, or 15 to 20%. Don't go any less than 20%. I really don't think you need to take that much off. Your body needs it needs like a slow introduction, if that makes sense. It just needs it needs incremental changes in order to do it effectively and efficiently. So first and foremost, just don't go on a low calorie diet. And then once after about maybe 8 to 12 weeks, it really depends on where you're at. So when I first started my committed weight loss journey, because it really did take me a long time, because I would just like try something, it didn't work, or I would lose some weight. Like the first 7 years, I lost 30 pounds, but it never happened like consistently. It was like up and down, up and down, up and down. And like probably the last 10 of that was like in a year. And then I did lose 30 pounds in 7 months after that, like once I got like super committed. And I didn't change anything for a few months, like 3 or 4 months. And then I started changing things, and I've done a couple of reverse diets to help with that, because you want to reset your metabolism. So that's something else that if you are experiencing that plateau, you actually may just need to go on a reverse diet. Like if you've been restricting calories for a while, and I want to say at least 12 weeks, you could benefit from a reverse diet. And that doesn't mean that you just go hog wild and you just like don't track anymore. It depends. Like I personally did more of an intuitive style reverse diet versus a like tracked reverse diet. Like the first week I would track just to kind of see like, okay, well if I eat like this, and that's going to be about my maintenance, and that's good. And just made it more intuitive, because ultimately that's what I want to do. And I want that for you too. I don't want us to always have to be counting calories. But when you want to lose weight, sometimes that's the best thing to do, is just count the calories, so you can actually see like how much energy is in the food. You know, like when you're like a Starbucks Frappuccino is like 600 calories, you're like, wow, like that's a lot. So you don't need to have that all the time, you know, and then you could actually have that and just like modify it. But just let me know if you have any questions. I would love, love, love to help you out with this. I help my clients with this same thing, and I just want to be able to help you. So just like leave me a comment and let me know where you are, and let me like give you some suggestions. You could also message me on Instagram, and please, if you like this, like it, follow, and share it if you think it's helpful for someone else. Hope you're having an awesome day. Please take care of yourself and go do something good for yourself, because you are number one. I will see you next week for week 9 of Weigh In Wednesday, and see how the first week of making these changes actually plays out. Bye.